In this video, I'll look at an example of a polynomial inequality from your homework, specifically question 5 from section 17. It's to solve the inequality and enter your answer using interval notation. We have the inequality p times p minus 5 is less than 0. So recall that to solve an inequality, we want to first find the boundary numbers. We do that by replacing the inequality with an equal sign. So we would get p times p minus 5 is equal to 0. Then setting those factors to 0, we get p is equal to 0, or p minus 5 is equal to 0. So our boundary numbers are 0 and 5. Then once we have the boundary numbers, we can place them on a number line. And that number line then will divide up the real numbers into regions where we have solutions or don't have solutions. I like to label these regions A, B, and C. And then we have to test a point from each of those intervals. Region A is the interval from negative infinity to 0. So a test point would be something less than 0. So let's say p is equal to negative 1. And if we plug into the original inequality, we would have negative 1 times negative 1 minus 5, and we're asking ourselves, is that less than 0? So this is really negative 1 times negative 6, which is equal to 6, which is not less than 0, so that is a false statement. Region B is the interval between 0 and 5. So a number between 0 and 5, we'll choose 1. Replacing p with 1, we get 1 times 1 minus 5. Is that less than 0? Well, this is really 1 times negative 4, which is negative 4, and that is less than 0, so that is true. And then region C is a region beyond 5, so 5 to infinity. A test point there would be 6. Replacing p with 6, we get 6 times 6 minus 5, is that less than 0? But that's really 6 times 1, or 6, which is not less than 0. So the only region that satisfies this inequality is region B, between 0 and 5. Now I have to consider, do I include the boundary numbers or not? The inequality is a strictly less than, so I cannot include the solutions of 0 and 5. Therefore, I would have parentheses at those endpoints. So my interval solution, or interval notation for the solution, is open parentheses 0, comma 5, close parentheses.